Guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, middle, and high school age, and today is my monthly reset for the month of November. It is October 26th right now. I had to check. It's a little bit earlier than I would typically do my monthly reset. Usually I do it on the 4th or last Thursday of the month. This month it happens to just be several days before the month ends, but that's okay because I am still thinking quite a bit about fall, leading right into the holidays. If you saw my October monthly reset, I did do a bunch of quarterly reset type work. Just getting dates on the calendar for appointments and events that I knew were happening in October, but also November and December. And so I'm going to update that stuff. I'm also going to work on some homeschool planning. We have just a few weeks before we take our long homeschool break for Thanksgiving through New Year's, which we do every year. And so I kind of want to just plan out the next couple of weeks so that it is done and I don't have to think about it. I don't like to typically plan too much in advance because things always come up week to week and I typically will have to adjust things. But because we are ending our first semester, I know the endpoints of all of the things that we have to do. And so I think that I could probably manage it. Plus, we don't have a ton of stuff going on outside of the house right now. Cross country has wrapped up for the season. We will be moving into NaNoWriMo next week on November 1st, National Novel Writing Month. And so that replaces a large portion of the English work, especially for my high schoolers. And so that is what I'm going to be working on today. I do have some grading to do for Spanish and chemistry for Emma and just some general tidying. I also ought to look at my spend tracking and budgeting. I do have a few videos that I want to film for YouTube and for my membership community. Today is my co-working live stream with my membership community. So there's a lot of stuff going on. It's 8:30. Unfortunately, the day that I'm filming this, there has been this mass casualty event in Maine. And so I have not been very productive today. I've been really glued to the news and watching to see what is going on. And so that is kind of in the back of my mind as well. So it's going to be an interesting day. My list is pretty long. I did do my daily plan for the day. It's actually out in the kitchen, but I do need to just get a few things cleaned up. Typically, I will lay everything out on my dining room table. However, Lucy has been doing a lot of slime recently, and so she has a lot of that stuff out. So I'm going to work in my office today. So I need to clean off my desk. Mainly, I just need to get some binders put away for homeschool stuff and get the correcting done. But that's what I'm going to be working on today. That's what we're going to be talking about and sharing with you. But first, I just need to get things kind of cleaned up so I can get ready to go. So I have some of my stuff right now. The Life-Giving Home experience, I talked about this. Oh, where did I talk about this recently? In a video I talked about potentially doing this with my membership community for 2024. I have all of the wildcard pages that I went through. I have a video for this, and also the quick start guide, which has tons of different ideas in their different cultivated life evaluation categories. So I briefly went through this on a walkthrough video, but my plan today is to really read through that. I'm going to go through my goals. This is my 2023 goal planner, and I am going to take the stuff out from the back that I have for 2024. The last several pages in here are perforated, so I started taking some notes in here on just ideas that I had actually a couple of months ago, just things that I knew I wouldn't be able to get to this year, but want to think about for 2024. So I have my 2023 goal notebook, and I'm going to use another Lloydstrom notebook for 2024, and I'm going to transfer that stuff over today, I think, just so that I can maybe start thinking more about 2024 goals. I take a long time to do like a reflection and ideas. I put all kinds of different categories, and I kind of brainstorm things periodically when they come to mind in different categories like home and family and business and all of that kind of stuff. I am using my 2024 Power Sheets this year, but I haven't quite figured out if it's going to be just for business, if it's going to be personal. I'm still kind of up in the air about that, but I will share about that soon. So that is what I'm going to work on, but right now it's about 9:20 and I'm hungry, so I'm going to make myself some food and make sure that everybody is really going strong with school. Lucy has been making slime, but I want her to sit down and work on extra math. Extra math, if you do not know, it's like a free, math facts drilling online program. So she will work on that for a little bit, and then she has cursive and spelling to do. I don't think we're doing history today because it's my monthly reset day, and I might do read alouds later. We're reading The Green Ember, which I'm enjoying it as much the second time reading through it as I did the first time. So I'm going to try and get some more stuff situated so that I can sit down and start working. But first I'm going to eat some food. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is just check in with my goals. And I did do this in my last weekly plan with me as well. We have done all of the birthdays, so that is done. Living a life of intention, my series, I'm doing this in my membership community. We are almost done with that. I'm really pleased with how that's gone. The New Testament, I'm behind. You can see down here, I am behind many days, and that is just how it is. Budget and spend tracking reports. I was supposed to do these like 10 days ago, and I still have not. I did some of the stuff, but not all of the stuff. Christmas PJs, I got advent calendars, I have gotten advent candle kit. I also got that. We roll beeswax candles for advent. Picture for Christmas cards. We have not done that yet. Okay, so what my plan is, I have these two Lloydstrom notebooks. I am going to use the sage color for 2024. I really wanted to use this yellow, but I'm thinking about potentially using this one as, I don't want to say a commonplace notebook because that is more for book journals and such, but kind of maybe a scrapbook. We'll see. I have some ideas. I'm not entirely sure yet, but what I'm going to do is just take the stuff that I have in my Lloydstrom 2023 goal planner and tear out the pages and just kind of transfer some of the stuff in here and see if there are a few categories that I want to set up so that I can start brainstorming ideas. It's very early, October 26th, to be thinking about next year. But the reason that I do this is so that I have a place to put my thoughts. If something comes to me, or I see something online, or I see a book that I want to read, or something, I have a place to put it. And then when I go through and do my reflection and all of that stuff, I will already have these ideas to sort of ponder. And so that's kind of what my thinking is going into next year. Now, I mentioned this in another video. I think it was a video in my membership community actually, about my 2024 planners. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to use the 2024 Power Sheets this year. I really like a lot of the changes that they've made. I'm really excited about it. This past year, obviously, I did not use them and I just used this notebook, but I was going through all of my old Power Sheets and I realized that each one of those Power Sheets had one of these little Cultivate What Matters notebooks with it. And this is obviously quite a bit smaller than my Leuchtturm notebook, but this is what I would use. I would just get one of these little notebooks and use it to jot down all of the ideas, extra reflection, extra questions that I answer as I'm going through my goal setting in general. I totally forgot that I did this every single year because there's never enough space in the power sheets for me. So anyways, I will be using a combo of this and the power sheets. I think that that will work out really well. I'm still unsure on if I'm going to separate my personal and professional goals. We shall see. So that's what I'm going to work on right now. And I'm going to go through some of these wildcard pages and just sort them into different groups because there were several habit trackers in multiple packs. And so I'm just going to group all the habit trackers together and other like things, like there's several goals at a glance pages. So I'll put all of those together, that kind of stuff, just so that they're a little bit more organized. I do have them organized by pack right now, but that's not going to last very long. They technically are color coded with the different, like green is the home, and then this purple is like favorites and family. So, well, I don't actually know what all of the I can't remember the categories. So that's what I'm going to do now. And I may also start going through this, probably reading through all of these ideas, although I might do this later because I'll probably just want to sit down with some coffee and read through this as I'm considering things to put in the Leuchtturm notebook. I'm going to pick some categories of things, have like a book list ideas section. Even though I still have a book journal, I'm going to put book ideas in here because reading is one of the goal areas that I have. So, okay. I think that's what we're doing right now. So what I'm trying to work on right now is figure out what my categories are going to be. And I do not necessarily use the CLE categories. It's one of the reasons that I kind of moved away from power sheets. Over the past couple of years, they've really focused on setting goals through the cultivated life evaluation categories. And while I do like to check in with those categories quarterly, and each year, I don't necessarily set goals that way. So some of the categories that I have that are not included in the CLE categories are homeschool. I have like home, but I also have self-sufficiency and homestead goals. So home would be the inside, it would be systems and rhythms and making sure that my home is running smoothly and that the house is managed the way that I want and decorated the way that I want, looks the way that I want, all of that kind of stuff, chores, all of that stuff. Homestead things are like garden and animals and outside projects and things like that. Those are somewhat dependent on my husband, not all of them, but some of them are, and some of them are very seasonal. Like gardening is, well, we don't really do any gardening stuff in the winter because I don't typically start seeds, but that could be a goal that I want to work on in the coming year. So we will see. Financial, that is on the CLE categories. Crafting and reading technically would be personal, I guess, but I kind of like to have those as the actual category instead of personal, because personal to me is also my morning routine and my evening routine and things like that. So I'm thinking potentially about having like a rhythms and systems category as well, even though those rhythms and systems could most likely fit under home or personal or faith or multiple categories. So perhaps they ought to be separated that way, but I'm just not sure. Marriage is another one that is not on the CLE categories, although family is, but I set separate family goals versus marriage goals, I have, community, that's community service and involvement, but then I also have friend goals. So the categories are a little bit more challenging for me. I do try to narrow them down, and on the little goals at a glance lists, there's only room for 8 goals. So I may end up having more of these this year, but I tend to, once I actually sit down to write out the wording for my goals, encompass many different things, and have it open enough so that I am able to work towards specific progress. Now I'm going to sort out my wildcard pages, and then I'm going to set up the categories in here. I was thinking that I was going to put the stickers on the pages for the different categories, but I'm going to wait because I don't know what my final categories will be, if that makes sense. I'm just going to list a bunch of stuff out and have space for a lot of different things, and then we'll see where it turns out once I actually do prep work and set up my goals and think about first quarter and stuff, but that is just way in the future. So that's where I'm at the moment. My husband is getting out of work early today, so he's on his way home right now, and I'm also going to kind of go through the home planner, the Passionate Penny Pincher home planner for 2023, just to look at the projects over the next 8-ish weeks so that I can get a good handle on if there are things that I want to make sure are on my schedule for the next couple of months, because I'm not sure if I'm going to do a December monthly reset or not, or if once Thanksgiving gets here, it just moves into Advent and seasonal rhythms, and I don't need to really do that. We will see. We'll see, because I don't set goals in December either. I will still have to do budget stuff, and yeah, we'll see. That's TBD at the moment, though. Through all of those wildcard pages, and there are definitely some categories that I want to go through. I'm not sure how I'm going to use them. I am thinking that I will probably tape some of them in here, especially surrounding some of the categories that I'm working in. Let me see. All right. Let's see if I can get this. I need to use my head. So the pages are smaller than the notebook itself. Let's see. So the pages are smaller than the notebook. So what I think I will do is I will just tape the page to the top of one of the pages so that I have space underneath to write things pertaining to this particular wildcard page. I don't know how many of the wildcard pages I will use in my notebook as opposed to the power sheets themselves. We will see. There are some that are more encouraging thoughts or ideas for screen free time or a home reset or refresh. So some of those things will probably go into the power sheets itself, or it could also go in my prep work pages. But then some of the things like these weekend resets, I won't actually tape into my planner. I will just leave them out and probably keep them in my daily planner so that I have access to them, or my regular weekly planner. So it's about 12:15 right now, and I'm going to make some lunch for the kids and then probably work a little bit on my personal calendar. I think I'm pretty much done with it, but I am going to add a few other things for November and December, mainly the football schedule, youth group, and some events that I know that are going on. And I'm going to try and do that for both November and December so that I don't have to think about it at right after Thanksgiving. And then I need to do my Family Command Center calendar, and then it's probably going to be time for me to start getting ready for my live stream. So that's where we're at right now. I just finished reading history with Emma. I know that I said earlier I wasn't going to do history today, but I decided to do that, and my husband is going to read history with Jack. Lucy is just making more slime all the time. And yes, so that is what is going on right now. I think that I'm done with my personal calendars now. I did write out all of the movies because I wanted to write out all the Hallmark and Great American Family movies, as well as movies that are coming out in the theater. The Hunger Games prequel will be coming out in November. I don't know if we will actually go see that in the theater, but you know, I like to write it down anyways. And then I also did December's movies. Wonka and Chicken Run are coming out. Aquaman and the new Percy Jackson Olympians series is also coming out. So I'm excited about those. I have pretty much all of the stuff down on the calendar. I do want to write out some things on my homeschool planner, my teacher planner from Erin Condren. I will write down just a bunch of kid-related things like starting NaNoWriMo and some of the things that we have to finish up before our big homeschool break starting at Thanksgiving. So I'm feeling pretty good about things. My live stream starts in about a half an hour, and during that I'm going to work on our family calendar. It's a big desk pad like this right here underneath all of my stuff, but that one is actually for business content planning. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it for that or not. That's why I purchased it. We will see. I think I'm also going to be going through the weekly season by season planner to see if that is going to be a better fit for business planning for next year. I just don't want that many planners. I like to just have a couple. I know even a couple is a lot, but I'm trying to pare down things, but it's not working very well. I'm going to write out some of my homeschool stuff and then get ready for my live stream. Okay guys, so I just finished up my live stream about 20 minutes ago and I did the dishes from lunch. I got quite a bit done. I started working in my new goal planner, just the notebook, just jotting down some ideas and transferring some things. I got our homeschool stuff all situated. So what I do is I come in and I put the top section is morning routine, and then our daily tasks, core subjects, and then extra things. And I will cross off the days that we're not going to be doing those subjects. So when I go in to plan out the weeks, I don't have to think about, oh, do we have to do history today? It's just one less step to think about when I'm going in and actually writing out our lesson plans for the week. I got my family calendar done. I have all of my personal planning done. I have the homeschool planning done. The only thing that I didn't really look at today is Christmas stuff, and that's totally okay. I don't need to do that. I also did not do any sort of budget stuff. I'm going to do my budget stuff this weekend. Instead, I updated my book journal. I wrote out all the books that I want to read or new releases that are coming out in November and December. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about things. I've had just a lot of stuff on my mind lately, and so having the time today to just kind of go through it was very helpful for me. I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. I'm going to start making dinner. It's like 4 o'clock. I'm making like zuppa toscana soup, a knockoff Olive Garden zuppa toscana with just sausage and spinach and potatoes and onions, and it will be lovely on this fall day. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have questions about anything that I talked about, please let me know in the comments, or you can email me. My contact form is always in the description box. I will have links to all of the things that I've been using today if you're interested, and I do have reviews of all of my planners and things like that, so you can certainly find those as well. If you're interested in checking out my membership community, there is a link for that in the description box as well. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye.